In this fleeting moment, notice how the mind begins to soften. The neon lights shimmer gently through the evening mist. The footsteps of the city become muted, and your body remembers the ease of letting go. Breathe slowly, deeply, and let the quiet warmth of the night surround you. Good evening. I'm George Ellington. You've found stories for sleep. Tonight, we will wander together through a winter evening in Tokyo, through the glittering streets of Shibuya, under soft neon lights and gentle urban snowfall. Not to keep you awake, but to guide you slowly, peacefully, naturally into sleep. Tokyo at night in winter is a city of muted rhythms. The streets of Shibuya glowed with countless neon signs, reflected in puddles left by the earlier snow. The air was crisp, though faint city sounds, distant train hums, soft pedestrian chatter, the occasional jingling bicycle added a gentle, comforting rhythm. Each flake of snow, each reflection in wet asphalt seemed to stretch time, slowing it, stretching it, until the world exhaled into calm. A narrow side street led into the heart of Shibuya. Small cafes glowed warmly through fogged windows, spilling scents of matcha tea and sweet pastries into the quiet streets. A young man, Hiroshi, wrapped in a wool coat and scarf, walked slowly along the sidewalk. Each footstep was muffled by a thin layer of snow. His breath formed soft clouds that drifted into the evening air. He paused at a low bridge overlooking a quiet river canal, letting his gaze drift over reflections of neon signs rippling in the water. Snowflakes fell lazily, brushing his coat and scarf. The city, though alive with movement, felt suspended, hypnotic, perfect for quiet reflection. From the corner of the bridge, a soft bell jingled, a cafe door opening. A young woman, Aiko, stepped into the lamplight, carrying a small journal. Their eyes met briefly, calm and gentle, acknowledging the quiet magic of a city slowed by snowfall. "Konbanwa," Hiroshi said softly. "Konbanwa," Aiko replied, her smile soft and slow. Together they began walking along the river canal. Neon lights above shimmered gently, reflected in puddles and the thin layer of snow on the pavement. Footsteps and faint city hums formed a subtle rhythm, carrying the mind toward calm. They wandered down a narrow alley lined with small shops, their wooden frames glowing faintly under lanterns. Snowflakes settled gently on rooftops and shop signs, muting the usual city clamor. Hiroshi pointed to a small cafe tucked under a low archway. "Shall we pause?" he asked softly. Aiko nodded. "Just for a moment," she whispered. Inside, the cafe glowed warmly. Steam rose from cups of tea and cocoa. Soft cushions lined the benches near the window. They sat, letting the quiet embrace them. Snow fell softly outside, hypnotic and endless. After lingering, they stepped back outside, walking toward the famous Shibuya Scramble intersection. The lights pulsed softly, pinks, blues, yellows, reflecting in wet pavement. Pedestrians moved slowly, like a dream, crossing from all directions. Cars and buses hummed quietly, their lights blending with neon above. Every movement was slowed, softened by snowfall. Hiroshi and Aiko walked together deliberately, letting the rhythm of neon and snow guide their pace. Each step was calm, each breath slow, each heartbeat steady. They left the scramble behind and followed a quieter street along the river canal. Bridges arched gently over water, reflecting neon and street lamps. Benches dusted with snow lined the path. Occasionally, lanterns hung low, casting golden light on the sidewalk. Aiko rested on a bench, watching reflections ripple across the water. "The city feels like it's breathing slowly tonight," she whispered. Hiroshi nodded. The hush of snow, water, and gentle neon lights filled him with calm. Thoughts drifted away, replaced by a steady, soft rhythm of city and night. Further along, a small winter market appeared. Wooden stalls glimmered with tiny lights. Hot snacks and tea steamed gently. The air smelt faintly of roasted chestnuts and cinnamon. They wandered slowly past the stalls, letting the gentle bustle drift past their minds. Children's laughter echoed softly, muted by snow. Lanterns swayed in the breeze. Footsteps pressed a slow rhythm into the night, guiding thoughts toward rest. They returned to a quiet riverside bench. Neon reflected softly in the water. Snow drifted lazily on the edge of the bench and the stone path. Hiroshi leaned back, exhaling slowly. Aiko rested her hand lightly beside him. "The city hums a lullaby," she whispered. The rhythm of snow, water, and distant city lights carried them deeper into stillness. Thoughts floated away, melting into the quiet of the night. Eventually, they returned to the small cafe. The warm glow of the fireplace welcomed them. Steam rose gently from mugs of tea. The city outside was quiet, blanketed in snow. They sank into chairs, shoulders relaxed, eyes half closed. Each breath slowed, each heartbeat stretched, calm, deliberate. Lights outside shimmered in puddles. Neon reflections danced softly in the window. Time slowed. Every movement, every sound, every reflection guided them gently toward sleep. The fire settled into glowing embers. Snow continued its gentle descent. Neon reflected faintly in puddles. The river whispered softly. Hiroshi and Aiko rested in warmth. Breathing slowed naturally. The city seemed paused entirely, holding the night for anyone wishing to drift into sleep. Now your mind drifts with them, slowly, softly, peacefully. Snow falls, neon lights shimmer, the river whispers, the city breathes, and you drift slowly, softly, peacefully into sleep.